Hello. Hi. Hello. I see Michelle here and I see Denise here. Hello, hello. I can't believe it's already 9 p.m. on a Tuesday night. Can you believe it? It's, and it's the last day of April. It's just unbelievable. Things are going so fast. Hello, Gemma. Hi, darling. I'm so glad y'all are here. How was your week? Tell me about your week. What have y'all been up to? What has been going on in your lives? What did you guys what are you up to? What did you bring to drink this evening? What are you doing? What craft are you doing? Right at the moment, I'm working on the cover of this journal. And I probably should put some more light on the subject. What do you think? Oh, a little bit. I'll try that. A little bit better. I'm still on my old computer. You're still sick, Gemma. Oh my goodness. You've been sick for too long, honey. Have you gone to the doctor in between? I hope so. I hope so. Michelle, how are you doing? Busy week? You got soda with you? I'm still working on the wine I got last week, but I don't have any right with me at the moment. Hey, Denise, coming out of a work weekend, and we'll have 2 days off now. Just fixed hot tea. I'm glad you like the journal too. I just had a cup of hot tea and a few little Oreos to go with it. So I didn't bring it over here into this room. Let's see. Over a week. We'll do when I get time. You gotta take time, Gemma. I just want to sleep when I'm home. I know, baby, but you gotta take time. You gotta take time for yourself. You're the only you got. You're the only you your family's got. Take care of you. Take care of you. Did send you a message regarding Art and Soul sponsoring the event. Oh, good. Over Facebook Messenger. I have not been over to the Facebook site. I am still working on, Tracy sent me something too. Tracy sent me something. Okay, I'll have to read that at another time to make sure that I got that. I got something from them. And it was from Gemma. Oh, yes, fantastic. Art and Soul Diamond Painting is going to be a sponsor for January. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Thank you, Gemma. So we have, we're working on Crashly. We're working on, Anita's working on, Anita is working on one of them. Been up late past 5 nights trying to get the diamond painting I've been working on since April 1st done by this week. Yeah, you got to get done by what, today? Yes, August. August is perfect. Yep, August is my favorite things. Yes, Nyx, thank you. Nyx for trays, and probably she does putty too, I believe, right? And now we have Art and Soul, and we're working on somebody for release papers. I think that was Crashly. We're working on Crashly. So it looks like things are starting to come out smoothly for August. We're working on it. And I've got some feelers out with people for some special guests that will come in to Saturday chat with us. I do have some questions for you, for y'all. And I'm going to put a quiz, a poll in the Facebook group this week, and probably let me look at my schedule. Get back here. When I'm going to promise something I can't do. Well, I can do tomorrow, I believe. No, I can't do tomorrow. Thursday. I can probably do Thursday. I can put a poll on Facebook and when we can do our Zoom room, either Zoom room or Discord. Now, do any of you do Discord? Discord is another program. I've set a goal to have it done by May 5th. That's a good goal. That's a good goal. I did get the large Snoopy diamond art done. I can't show it in this format, but Denise, you do use Discord? I want to do, Gemma does not. Do they have Discord in the UK? I believe they do, because the guy I was talking to the other night was from Sweden. I believe it is international. It's free, completely free. Okay, great. I want to know whether people would prefer Zoom or Discord, because we want to actually not just see each other, but we want to like talk and hear each other's voices. We can diamond paint together for a casual time. And look at this stuff going on behind me. My bookcases are behind me showing. And I want to do it at a time when everybody can do it together. And I want to know whether it would be better on a weekend or a weekday. I'm leaning toward a weekend, like maybe, I don't know, a Saturday, because that might be better for those in the UK, because they still have maybe in Sunday by the time we're in Saturday. If I do it on Friday, it's kind of busy for those of us in the US still. Have it, but don't use it. Can't figure it out. Well, it's pretty easy to figure out once you get it going. Don't use Zoom till I did one with you. You didn't use Zoom before you did one with me. Okay. Well, Discord is a different kind of community. Discord, it's free, and you can have live rooms in the midst. You can also have like a continuous chat going. You can enter pictures. You can show your work, what you're up to. You can have like one area for fun stuff or for family stuff. You can have another one for post your recent pictures. You can have another one for, just talking about this topic or that topic. You can have one that just says, okay, this is where we meet for live chat. You can have just your voice or your picture and your voice, and everybody can hear each other at the same time. And you can really get some fun things going on. Or I can even present something on there and you can comment while I've got the thing going on. So it's kind of like StreamYard, but it's a little more sophisticated. Zoom, you can do the same thing on. And I know on Zoom you can record, so that if we wanted to record our live sessions, I could stick it up on YouTube afterward. I'm not sure if Discord does that. So, and then I'm kind of curious as to what you guys, if you guys would be interested in, like a Saturday or a weekday evening, that kind of thing. depending on where in the world we are. Discord is the first app my ADD ADHD brain can't figure out. You can figure it out, darling. You can. You just need to give yourself a little time. It did take me a little bit to get through it too. But when I was on it for, you might be on it for a game or two that you play. I was on it for Dinkum, and I started figuring it out from there. One of the court channels I watch has a Discord, and they have live chats after their members are online with them. So I've been figuring that out. But anyway, from my news this week, the kids are going through their state testing this week. They've been through the English and grammar. They've been through the math as of today. Now the next 2 days they're going to go through science, which means they have no homework. And it's been in the 80s, low 80s, high 70s, low 80s lately. So we've had them outside and their energy level is through the roof, and I get so exhausted. I'm really, really exhausted at the end of the day. Excuse me, as evidenced by my yawning here. I think Zoom is easier to figure out, though, Michelle. I really do. I think for the drawing near site, though, I'm going to use Discord and do a whole community around it. But I think Zoom is probably the easier one for most people to figure out, and that most people may have used already. So, Michelle, you use Zoom, don't you? That would be kind of fun. But for the small, use Zoom a lot of times. Okay. All right. Well, I'll hedge over to use Zoom for this platform for Wanda's work basket, and then use Discord for the drawing near. I think that makes sense. And it is easier for most people to use, and they are mostly used to it. So let's see. Okay, so the kids have been going through this relationship stuff, and it's so interesting. They come up, and like when I'm watching them out in the game room, I'm just sitting there. Sometimes one will come up and start chatting to me about whatever's on their mind, right? I think yesterday one came up and said something about their mom was going to kill them because they said a bad word and they got a slip in school for being bad. She said that's the first time I was ever bad, and I didn't know it was a bad word because I use it at home, and I got so mad and let it slip, right? And she was so worried. And I said, you know what? No, your mom loves you. She's just trying to help you remember not to use the word again. And I knew this girl wasn't, her family wasn't abusive, so I could say that to her. And she came back today, and I asked her how it went. She goes, I said, do you still have your phone? She goes, yeah. I said, did you get yelled at? She goes, yeah. I said, what'd your mom say? And she said, oh, I just got yelled at and told not to use the word again. I said, see, you were worried for nothing. I said, will it help you remember not to use the word again, at least until you're an adult? She goes, yeah. It wasn't even a really bad word. It was like the more offensive word for darn. It's like, okay, we hear it all the time. It's not like it was one of the real harsh, the harsh words that a lot of kids are using these days. So it's just, and then, they were kind of calling each other names or leaving each other out or thinking they got left out of something when they really didn't, because they walked away from something, and it just misunderstandings and all that going on between mostly the girls, or the guys being mean to each other, that kind of thing. It's just been more pronounced because they have more free time together and less homework to do, and the weather's beautiful, and we have them outside more. And it was so sweaty. It was hilarious. Okay, like we have 13 kids in class. So we had to walk down to the park. I drive down and drive back, but the other teacher walks in the two or three blocks down to the park. They play in the park, and it's mostly in full sun. There's a little bit of shade. And they walk back 3 blocks after we've been there like an hour or so. And I hold the door open for them because I get there a little bit before they do, and they're all walking in. As soon as they get into the cooler atmosphere of within the club, they all at the same time went, ah, 14 little ahs all at the same time. And I had all of us adults cracking up laughing. So stuff like that. I want to do a relationship thing with them that a school district upstate, when I was working at the church upstate, used to do. The school district did it. It's not religious at all. It's called bucket filling. It's a way to be friends. It's a way to increase the stuff in other people's buckets and in yours, and how to put the lid on so people don't steal out of your bucket, and how to keep others from stealing out of somebody else's bucket, that kind of thing. So it's like how to be nice to each other, how to be friends to each other, how to stop being bullying to each other, and how to make a nice positive atmosphere go on instead. And then you get rewarded for these, at the end of the week for this, that, and the other thing. So I'm hoping that I'm going to bring the box of stuff that I used with posters and everything that I created around this when we did it in Sunday school, to the club and see if they want to use it like over the summer, maybe as a program for over the summer, to teach all the kids at once how to, be friends, and it's not just the 4th graders who are having all this problem. Oh yes, I got my haircut last week. Thank you, Gemma. Thank you. I got some pictures of hairstyles for women over 60, and I saw one that Raquel Welch was sporting, and I thought, oh, I loved it. I want to feather it back just a little bit on the top here yet, so it's more feathery, more like hippie feathery, but it's just so light and airy, and it's just, you should have seen the pile of hair on the floor. Mom says, don't turn around. You're going to be angry with me. I'm like, what do you mean don't turn? She's a hairdresser and I'm in the hair chair, right? I said, what do you mean don't turn around? And I do look, and the pile of hair. I have thick hair. I have really, really thick hair. And she had to take one of those scissors that looks like a comb and a scissors at the same time. I'm going to go crunch, 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 and it takes half the hair out. This, I'm like usually like super poofy. You've seen me super poofy before, but I got little bangs now, and I can like push them all to one side or push them all to the other side, and wear my wacky glasses and wear my really long earrings, so I can really go hippie. And I'm going to get some professional headshots taken. Thank you. So that I look kind of professional from my drawing near site. So that's fun. What else did I do this week? Met with my small group with pastor colleagues last week. My mom and Max went to the shore for the weekend, and they had a good time down there. They found a local farmer's market down in Cape May. Well, it's like before they get to Cape May. She said the sticky buns and the apple fritters were fantastic. I'm like, okay, Mom, next time we go, you're taking me to the farmer's market on the way down. So they promised me that. Tomorrow morning, I have to be online at 9 a.m. to see if I can get my dad's flag on Sunset Beach. Every evening at sunset, from May through September, October, something like that, or I'm not exactly sure when. At sundown, they do a sundown service. They have your flag flying all day. They have Kate Smith sing God Bless America taped as the flag is being lowered. Then at the bottom, they fold the flag and hand it to you. And it's for veterans, and it's dedicated. They'll announce the person's name. And we have my dad's military flag, and I promised him, like the year before he passed away, actually, I promised him that I would do that ceremony for him sometime in Cape May. And I feel like it's totally missing that I haven't done it yet. They only open it May 1st in the morning at 9 a.m. in the morning once a year for the schedule for the entire summer. And if you don't get in on that right away within the first 5 minutes, you're done. You have to wait till next year. So it's like 5 minutes and done. So I have to set my alarm tomorrow morning. I have to get the plan of when my mom plans on being at the shore. And I look forward to that. And my mom's boyfriend was my dad's best friend. So, it'll be meaningful to him too. It's not like I'm forcing him to do anything that feels uncomfortable to him, because he misses him too. So I'm looking forward to that. What else did I do this week? Oh, yeah. I did a few spiritual direction online sessions with people. I met twice with my online business coach. Oh, this morning I had my biannual physical, my every 6 months physical. Got a clean bill of health, got all my meds rechecked, and I got a tetanus shot in my arm yesterday. No, was it yesterday? This morning. Today's Tuesday. It was yesterday. And it hurts. It hurts now. Yeah, Gemma, I promised my dad I would honor him that way, and I've been wanting to every year, and I almost got it the first year, and I didn't know if that would be a weekend my mom would be down, so I didn't sign up, and I thought, I have time. No, you don't have time if you don't get in on that right away. You don't. And then I have an association meeting in the afternoon tomorrow, and then club tomorrow night. Oh, I have a small paper I have to write for the class I'm taking. It's an evaluation of the year. Zara, her husband, and her son and I are going to be doing a Bible study on Friday morning. Zara's wedding anniversary, if you're watching, hey, Zara and Steve, your wedding anniversary is on the 4th, is on Saturday. So I didn't write down how many they are. What is that? Mark and I passed last weekend. Mark and I passed our 39th wedding anniversary. And we're debating about what we're going to do for our 40th next year. And he's just about done with the screen that goes behind me. Your dad turned 90 last week. Oh, fantastic. Your granddad. Fantastic, Gemma. How's everybody doing without your grandma? I hope things are well. I hope that you're able to remember all the good memories and savor those and treasure them, and maybe collect a few things that she's got that she gave you that remind you of her, and kind of set them out like a little memorial for yourself and your family. I hope you're able to do that. And I hope your grandfather is feeling well. I hope you're feeling better shortly. I haven't heard from Zara, but I know that she is back to work. I know that she is exhausted when she's finished because she's still recuperating from the surgery that she had. So tell me what's up with you guys. Tell me what's going on with you guys. Gemma, are you planning any vacations this summer? Are you planning on taking your nephews anywhere? Michelle, you traveling anywhere this summer, or are you anybody visiting again? Denise, what are you up to this summer? What are your plans, guys? What are your plans? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Funeral is Thursday next week. Granddad is good for 90. And passed is on my stepdad's side. Okay. Okay. It's always good to have more than one set of grandparents, right? I love both of my grandparents so much. So much, so much. I'm going to cut open another gem for the notebook and see what's next on this little docket here. What color I should do next. You're planning on going to Yorkshire in September. So, okay, what's in Yorkshire? What's in Yorkshire that you're going to see? Pardon my lack of knowledge about where things are in geography. Not going anywhere, and a bit, and not really any plans. Not really any plans. Okay. I'm sure you have lots of events that you're joining, that you're planning on joining. Should I do 17 a while? Do 17. I mean, let's just go to number 7 on here. Where's number 7 on here? There, East number 7. I got to get my old magnifying glass out, guys. Because I can't see with the ding dang. Here we go. There's 7. There's 7, and there's 8. So at least I know where they're going. Okay. Okay, I can do that while we're working. Let's see. Denise said, trip of my lifetime, actually. Bucket list, 3 weeks in Rome, Florence, Tuscany, Greece, and Malta. Are you going on a cruise? You're going on a cruise? Florence is my favorite city ever. I loved Florence. 10-day cruise. Yes, that's awesome. We did the one that we went Royal Caribbean. We went from Spain, from Barcelona to Majorca, to Marseille, France, to Rome. We did Rome, and we did Florence and Pisa. We did Pompeii on a little off thing. And I know we did something else. And then back. Oh my God, it was a wonderful cruise. There's so much fun. Gemma says, lived up there when Dad stepped, but he's my dad. Absolutely. When in the Army. So going to see the sights. Great. Again, from when I was young. Do you have some family up there too? Well, that's fantastic, Gemma. Very good. Always wanted to go to Tuscany. So 4 days there. Jealous. Do you want to go to Sunday school this weekend? They just reopened for this season. Hot dang, you know it. This is my hubster, Mr. Dab, as Tammy calls him. The Sunday school is a place that has like Hershey's ice cream and makes all kinds of sundaes, and it has like, I don't know, 30 some flavors, and you can mix and match and put all kinds of goodies on it. Yes, yes, and yes. And we're going to work on the computer this weekend. So by Tuesday, Lord willing, we'll have everything hooked up, including the new cameras. Well, I have, including the cameras in a new way. And, you know, hopefully the feedback will not be a problem. And it would be beautiful and have a big screen and lots of power behind it. So, and maybe even the screen behind me. We'll see. But yes, definitely. Hi, baby. No, not a lot. A few kind of pushed myself close to burnout. So the bigger ones that you were doing, Michelle, got you close to burnout on diamond painting. I've heard that can happen. But, you know, keeping your hand in a few is a good idea. And I'm assuming you're going to be joining us for my favorite things in August, so you can win some good stuff. I get back to work. Oh, okay, Gemma. Thank you for dropping in. I so look forward to hearing you every week. When did you do that? Sounds great. The trip, we went to, oh, geez, how many years ago was it now? A friend and I went for her to celebrate her 10th year cancer-free. And that was like 4 years ago now. Probably 4 or 5 years ago now. It was fabulous. Oh, it was so nice. Got to the Vatican, went past the Colosseum and waved hi. Got to the Vatican Museum, got to Florence and walked Florence, had the best fresh pasta. Oh my gosh, you'll never want to go back to the box garbage again. It just was fabulous. And gelato, I never thought I'd say that I like anything more than ice cream. Gelato is right up there, a good tie. That'll be the end of August. I hope it's not too hot for you. 67 different flavors of ice cream. I was being conservative. It's hard to choose. And then they've got like 150 toppings you can choose from too. Yep. Yeah. I'm glad, Michelle. I'm so glad. It is beautiful, Denise. You're going to love it. You're absolutely going to love it. I wish you safe journeys on that trip and just have a beautiful, wonderful time. If you can get to Pisa, that's a pretty place. We didn't get to go into, we didn't have time to go into the actual chapel area at Pisa. But we got the typical photos of us like holding it up from a distance, right? Make it look like you're holding the building up. And it's still slipping, and they still try to hold the foundation up. But Florence was just my absolute favorite place. You see the David statue and the other wonderful pieces of art in the museum. It'll be breathtaking. It will. And David, what a hunk David is. Absolutely worth seeing David and the other artwork in that museum. And there's more than one David. The original one is in the big museum, but then they have David's around the outside. And look into David's eyes, his eyes. I saw a picture of it in a book before I went, and the inside of his eyeballs are cut out in hearts. Each of his eyeballs is like a heart cut out in it. It's so cool to see. It's so cool to see. Yep, the eyes. And I gotta tell you, our group, you know, they take your group and they sit you around, all around the statue, like 3/4 the way around it, they have a bench. And wherever you sit, wherever you land, you sit, right? My friend and I were right behind his butt. He has the tightest, cute little cheeks I've ever seen. I know I'm being a dirty old lady, but oh my gosh. But his eyes are mesmerizing, and the muscles, just to see how the muscles were carved. There was a place where he was broken, and they tell you about where he was fixed, and you'll never know. You'll never know unless you're looking for it. It's just absolutely amazing. But anyway, I have lots of memories from that trip. That was so much fun. So much fun. Yeah, I'm not planning on going anywhere this summer either, except maybe down to the shore with my mom and her boyfriend for a weekend, and then maybe go for longer time in September. I just don't, the 4-hour drive, I hesitate. A friend of mine from about 2.5 to 3 hour drive away wants to meet in the middle somewhere for a retreat time together, because we haven't seen each other for a while since seminary. So she wants to have some time to meet, and so does another friend of mine who her mom passed away a couple weeks ago, and she's going to be in Jersey for 2 weeks to help get her parents' affairs in order. So I'm hoping to support her through part of that process, and maybe go down for a day or two and help her work through that. That's the plan, Stan. But a lot of my time is going to be working on the Drawing Near website and getting it into shape, and so that all I have to do then is maintain it, upload and maintain. And Zara will be coming into her winter. I'm trying to think. The allergies are so bad right now, but everything is blooming. On Sunday, I was sitting out on Mom's porch. They weren't home. I was sitting out on the porch, and I was feeding her fish and watching the little birdies play in the water fountain that is flowing into the fish pond. And the little chickadees, or whatever they are, they were all playing in the water. So I was listening to them, watching them and reading, and it was so nice. It's perfect temperature outside. And I recorded a video that I stuck up on my TikTok just about the beautiful day, and about, loving the gift of the day, the Sunday. So I think TikTok is just my name. Maybe I'll put a link to the TikTok thing if you can do such a thing. I'm not really on TikTok all that much. I want to get to a point where I can get the other channel up to at least 50 subscribers, so I can go live on their YouTube shorts there. I am going to try to do a live YouTube short for the Work Basket channel here on this channel at some point soon. And maybe I'll do that this weekend sometime. It'll go into the lives like this one does. And just to, to test it out, to test out the platform. They say that if you do YouTube shorts going live right now, it's trying to compete with TikTok, you can be on longer than 1 minute. And since it's a newer version of the platform, they're promoting it a lot and pushing it, so you get a lot of extra viewers that way by doing that platform now. So you might want to, if you're interested, you might want to keep an eye out for my newer content that way for now, until I get everything transferred over to the new computer this week. It'll still be a bit till I get to upload. And you know what? Doing a live is a bit easier because, I don't know, it's like, it's not, you're not editing it as you go, which would probably be a benefit if I did, because there's a lot I have to edit when I get to it. But you guys are so full of grace that you put up with my errors. I appreciate that. You put up with my errors. So what else is going on, guys? What else? What's the news that's fit to print? Anything going on in the diamond painting community that I need to know about? I'm not sure why Tammy's not here. Maybe she still has a headache, or maybe she has family over. Sometimes she has a grandchild over. Why she can't join us. Anita's usually around lately, but again, maybe she has family and other things to do. It is Tuesday night at 9 o'clock, right? Just wanted to be sure. So what else is going on? What's the scuttlebutt that's fit to hear, fit to print from the diamond painting community, or any crafty community thing that you're doing? I don't have any fun music to put in the background. Let's see. Okay, there's some more 8s over here. I started another journal. I finished one and started another one to write in, my daily journal to write in every day. I love it when I finish a journal and get to start a new one. And it's funny, the last one went from December 28th to April 28th. They don't often work out that succinctly. I'm trying to come up with questions I can ask in a survey. How much did I know? I've been busy. Been a busy week, so kind of been MIA. Understandable. Understandable. I just know that you guys know more about what's going on in the diamond painting community than I do, because you're out there in it more often than I can get out there with my job and everything. My aunt and uncle used to donate to the Boys and Girls Club. My cousins have it now, but they used to own a jewelry store, and they used to support the Boys and Girls Club heavily. And I'm hoping my cousins still do. And it's what I'm supporting with my time and effort right now. I don't have money like they did. But it's a worthwhile cause. If you need something to donate to, if you're looking for a tax deduction for next year, try your local Boys and Girls Club. They're always in need of like sporting equipment and supplies and things like that they go through it quite fast. And we go through wads of colored paper for decorating the classrooms. We do things as economically as we possibly can. But it takes a lot to have an ongoing daily program for the kids. We have when we call it a skate park, it's a fenced-in area, but it's a macadamed area where we take the kids outside, all kinds of weather, and we have like a ball pit out there and like blow up soccer ball and other kind of yard balls out there. We have chalk sidewalk chalk that they can do art on the macadam if they want to. They have these really weird like goal things that you can kick the balls into, but they kind of flatten out and fall flat all the time. The schools provide a daily snack for the kids. School cafeterias send over a daily snack for the kids, so we serve that to them. We get online and talk with their teachers about the homework that the kids are required to do, and we try to keep up to date on how to actually do the new problems, which is not always easy. What's I missing here? Just got over a headache yesterday. Oh, Denise, I'm sorry to hear you had a headache. I hope it wasn't too bad. After having it since last Monday, the neurologist prescribed prednisone to break up the migraine cycle. It was a long one. I am so sorry, Denise, that you had such a difficult headache. Are they like related to hormones since you got steroids to help with it? I'm past the age where that's a problem for me at the moment, but I remember that I had many more headaches during fertile times of life than I do now. I know how they hurt. I still get sinus migraines every once in a while. And 'tis allergy season. So allergies really bad this year. Everything is blooming and causing all kinds of problems. Of course, baby. Of course. I hate to see anybody in pain. No, I had them since 15, heredity. My mom had them all her life until she went through menopause, and they stopped for her completely. Fortunately. She's a hairdresser, and I remember when I was a kid, she would still need to work, especially when my dad was like laid off for a while. So she would be doing hair with a migraine with black sunglasses on, bright lights all around her so she could kind of see what she was doing. but then she'd have black sunglasses on and she would just be miserable. She would be miserable. Her regular patrons would know what the black sunglasses meant. I mean, and they didn't have the medicine then that they do now. So she was in agony. Because of my migraine history and lymphoma, they do a brain scan every few years. So now they're scheduled me for one again. Oh my goodness. It's time for another one. Already through menopause? High five, girl. I hope that everything comes out fine. Stay on my prayer list, Denise, so that everything comes out, you know, hopefully everything will come out okay. So if you've had them all along, then you know this isn't related to the lymphoma or something else going through your system, which is a good thing. Great-grandmother, grandmother, and mother had them until they passed away. Oh my gosh. Oh, God bless you. Well, here's to a cruise without any. What do you think? Here's to a cruise coming up without any at all. 10 days of vacation coming up. No migraine whatsoever. You need to enjoy your time. Oh, I missed a 5 down there. How did I miss a 5? Oh, there's a couple 9s. Not many of them. Where are the rest of the 9s? Good grief. Why even put a 9 in there if there's only 2 or 3 here and there? It makes no sense whatsoever. Come on now. On that Snoopy Celebration one, I was missing. I got down to the end of a second color. Ran out of a second color on that. Really frustrating. I started the Linus on the little ones. Yeah, Michelle, sometimes we do burn out even on our favorite crafts. Sometimes it's just a matter of, you know, walking away for a bit until you can get your sea legs back. The desire to do them doesn't completely go away forever. Do you have enough put aside that when the urge to do the canvases comes back, you have enough canvases put aside to do? You didn't work through all your canvases, did you, Michelle? Exactly. Absolutely. I don't want you walking around Florence with a headache. Girl, has some gelato and some fresh pasta and some delicious wine and enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. I was, one of the girls was reading one of their library books to me today, and it was about bugs. And I said, as long as I don't have to look at any spiders. She goes, no, they're all cartoons. I'm like, okay. And one of them was a walking stick. And I said, oh, I saw one of them in Africa. She goes, you were in Africa? I'm like, yeah. Spent 3 weeks in Ghana. I said, I saw one, a real live one of those, walking on a wooden post on a homemade bridge that we walked over. She's, you've been everywhere. Like, no, not been near all the places I want to go to, because I have a really long bucket list. That's a good question. Where are some bucket list places that you still want to do yet that you want to accomplish yet in your life? What other bucket list places would you want to visit yet in your life? For me, it was funny that when I was growing up, and I thought, oh, in Sunday school and all that, you sing the song, you sing the hymns and stuff, and it's almost like God wants you to be a missionary, and all this other kind of stuff. And I said, God, I'll do anything you want, but I don't want to go. I won't be a missionary because I don't want to go to Africa. I don't even know why I didn't want to go to Africa. I don't even remember. But it's too funny because our seminary required us to go on a 3-week cultural immersion trip. And ours, my class, happened to be going to Africa. When you're like a child and you didn't eat everything on your plate, and your mom says, you better eat it all. There are starving children in Africa. Well, me, smart mouth, I always used to say, well, send it to them then. She didn't appreciate that. Well, I told God I wasn't going to be a missionary because I didn't want to go to Africa. I guess because it's just hot and arid, and it really didn't pique my interest at the time. And so God has a sense of humor. That's where I ended up going with seminary on our cultural immersion, and I loved it. We got to know a lot of people, and the churches and educational system in Ghana, near the main towns of Accra and Ho, and met some wonderful people, and really had a cultural immersion. And then, so I saw a real live walking stick. We were walking through the forest and going toward a waterfall we were walking through. And the funny thing is, on the way back from walking to the waterfall, it must have been like, I don't know, 2 miles into the woods and back, guided. On the way back, I was so hot and exhausted, I couldn't. They had like a packed lunch for us, and it was nice. It was chicken and rice, and just simple. I couldn't eat it. I could not eat it, and I didn't want to let it go to waste. All those years, those things going through your head. Don't waste any food. There's starving people in Africa. Well, it's true. And next to us were some women that were washing clothes in a little creek, and kids playing around. And I said to our guide, I said, I can't eat. I've heat exhaustion or whatever. I just can't. I've been walking too much. I can't eat. I don't want to waste this. He said, what do I do with it? And he pointed behind me, and we all turned around and saw the kids sitting behind us, looking at us, eating our boxed lunches. So I handed one of them my container, and he shared it with the other kids, and they ate it all, bones and all, and the chicken. And as I did that, and they saw my fellow seminarians started handing their plate. They didn't want to eat. After they saw the kids go at it, they just handed all their food over. It was really a blessed thing to be part of, but it really like comes full circle, from being a kid and say, send them my food, and then all of a sudden handing it to them. It was it wasn't a vacation or a mission trip. It was a cultural immersion, which means we went and we visited. And I have so many stories, so many stories about the people and places we visited in Africa. It's not lost the want. Okay, Michelle, it's the want to want on them, just cutting back on doing as many as I usually do for a few months. So for now, probably for the next 3 months, only going to do 1 to 3 canvases. Well, that's good, Michelle. And not even put a dent in my stash. All right, well, just making sure. Okay. You just want to slow down working on them. Not a problem. I know, right? It just, oh my goodness, the stories I could tell about Ghana. Maybe I'll do a special night sometime and talk more about that. And I'll have my pictures and my scrapbook out and show you some of the pictures of the people and the places. I'll show you some of the fabrics and stuff I bought there, and we learned some of their dances, and one of the seminarians with us taught them a country line dance, the boot stomping and the whole thing. It was hilarious. So it was a wonderful trip. I could show you pictures of Italy too. Maybe next week. Maybe next week when I have the overhead camera going, I'll show you pictures of Italy. Oh, I'd have to get my scrapbook out and get that finished. Oh my goodness. When is your trip, Denise? When did you say your trip was? Maybe I'll wait till you get back to share my pictures so that you could talk about your trip too. Or do you want to see the pictures before you go? I don't want to spoil your trip. Oh, one thing. We went to the coastline town. The town, Sorrento. And we went to the limoncello factory and got the liquor, the limoncello liquor, end of August. Okay, maybe I can come up with something to show you before you go. Could do that. I got a gazillion scrapbooks that I've made over the years of different places I've been. I love reliving those trips and looking through them. Before, you want to see them before? Okay. Okay. I'd be glad to. That'd be fun. I tell you, I still want to see the Northern Lights. Bucket list places. I still want to see Red Square in Russia. I still want to take a ride on a train through southern Canada from one end to the other, over, to see the Rockies on one of those glass top trains. I was trying to get my husband to agree to that for our 40th wedding anniversary. Don't think he's going to. I'd love to go to New England again. I've never been to Nolans. Hey, Teresa, glad to see you here. Were you lurking or did you just pop in? Glad to see you here. We're just talking about bucket list trips. Denise is going to Italy in August. We're talking a little bit about Italy. I'd like to go to southern Africa, Kenya, probably, to go see the elephant, the baby elephant sanctuary, Dame Daphne sanctuary. There's one in Kentucky too, but a different kind of one that they save circus elephants and zoo elephants. And I would love to even help there for a while. Just popped in. What was the last place I named? Well, she's going to Italy. Denise is going to Italy in August, and I thought I'd share some of my pictures in one of the upcoming streams from there. Nolans. Oh, New Orleans. I'm sorry, Nolans. New Orleans. Maybe I can visit Debbie Cajun while I'm down there. I'd like to go around. I don't know. I'd like to sell my house and have Mark drive a home on wheels and drive around and visit everybody from coast to coast, from shore to shore. I'd love to visit New Mexico some more. I wanted to visit Red Rocks. I want to get back to Grand Tetons and Grand Canyon and see them again. I want to see the Eiffel Tower. I want to see France. The Louvre. I want to go to the Louvre. And I want to go back to, I didn't get to spend any time in Milan. But I want to spend time in Milan. And on the Couture Row in Paris. Went to Mardi Gras as a teenager. Sister got to go at night since she is 8 years older. She saw Andy Gibb. Oh my gosh, I'm jealous. I don't know that I know any of the famous people in the parades now, but it would be fun to go to see what all the hubbub is about. Like if I could be up on a balcony and watching from above, not down with the crowds. I wouldn't like that, but being above it all and watching it all happen and being part of the atmosphere, that I would like. Said he had a lot of freckles. Where are some bucket list places that you girls would like to see? I want to go to Australia too. I have to go to Australia. Not so much India. It'd be beautiful to go to Tibet, but I don't know that I could do the hills. Be absolutely beautiful to go to Tibet. No, I don't want to go to Mount Everest. Just would like to see the culture. Philippines, yes. Hawaii, I've never been to Hawaii. I haven't been up to Washington State. I haven't been to Northern California to go through the redwoods. I'd like to go to Baja, California. Along with Pompeii, I'd like to go to Herculaneum and see more of the Italian ruins, more archaeological sites. I'd love to go to the Holy Lands. I've never been to Israel, if there's much of Israel to see in years to come. I'd love to spend some more time in the Vatican museums and not be on such a race to get through everything that you just barely get to look at things and race on to the next thing. I want to take some time and actually spend getting to know people and getting to know places. But of course, for all that business, you have to have money, and that's probably not going to happen. I want to spend more time in Barcelona for sure, and other places in Spain. Come on, you guys, where would you like to go? As a young girl, we got to see Old Faithful. I love Yellowstone. It was an hour late and just water gushing out of the ground. Yeah, that's true. Back then, I was not impressed because it was so hot, and everywhere we went, Yeah, it does. It does stink like rotten eggs there. Yes, it does, because of the sulfur in the water in the. Did one bucket list already? 2014 Times Square New Year's Eve. Oh man, you are brave, girl. You are so brave. I want to fly over top of fireworks. I want to do it on a 4th of July, and I want to have a small plane, not me flying the plane, but I want to fly over or through fireworks. That I want to do. I've always wanted to do that. Come on, you guys. You got to have some more bucket list stuff. I could go on forever. I told God I can't be taken off this earth, too soon, because I have too much I want to see yet. I doubt that God is going to live by my wishes, but I can put in a request, can't I? I told God I want to live till I'm 110 because I'm too curious. I don't want to go too soon. There's too much I want to see happen in the world. Like, are we going to make it to Mars? Are we going to cure the common cold? Are we going to figure out if cold fusion is actually a possibility? Are we going to figure out how to live peacefully with one another? There's so much technology. What about quantum physics? Are they going to dumb it down for the average person enough that we understand what quantum physics is and how it affects our life, past and present? Are they going to answer some of the questions and mysteries of the universe? I'm too curious. I want to know it all. New Orleans has sulfur water in everything. You shower in it. Ooh, I don't think I'd like that at all. Never thought much about it because figured I wouldn't have the money or time to travel. Fiji looks beautiful. It does. Oh, but you have to dream. You have to dream. Went on vacation to Leavenworth, Washington. Bed and breakfast. Took old-time gunslinger photos. 3 bucket list items. They're fun. Getting those the old-timey photos where you dress up in the costumes and it's a brown and white, like a sepia print picture. They are fun. I live in Washington, so it wasn't that far away. Well, if I ever get up there, I'll come up and visit. Oh, beans. I need a number 8 again. I missed a number 8. Well, I have to go back and get it later. I'll have to go out and get it later. What do you have? What are you drinking, Teresa? What do you have with you when next to you? Keeping your throat wet tonight. Michelle has tea. I don't have anything with me now. I did have a cup of tea a little earlier. Sounds neat, Teresa. Where in Washington do you live? My best friend lives in Spokane. Spokane. Not sure how you pronounce that correctly. I'd like to get back out to Colorado sometime. And yeah, I know. I always have luxury tastes and moth-eaten wallet. So I just think the earth is so beautiful. Most of the things I want to see are natural wonders. I want to go up the Rhine and see Germany and Austria and go into the castles that were built on the Rhine and the tributaries to that. I want to see that because that was my my family's homeland. So I want to see the dark forest, Schwarzwald, and see where my ancestors came from. Probably looks like one of those scenes from Heidi, you know, on the side of a mountain, that kind of thing. I've been to some tourist trappy places already, but I want to go see the Snoopy Museum, the Peanuts Museum, Charles Schulz Museum. I'd love to do that. No, wait a minute. I'm too far away. Spokane, Kettle Falls, 2 hours north of Spokane, pretty close to the border. Nope, it's soda tonight. Okay. Michelle has the soda. I love Colorado. I went to Estes Park and saw reindeer. Oh, that's neat. So beautiful up there. She takes me to Coeur d'Alene when I'm up there. What is Coeur d'Alene? I lived there for 2 years in my 30s. Estes Park is awesome. The deer walk right up to you. Oh, neat. I like down near where Michelle is. I like in Maryland and Virginia. I like being in Assateague Park where the wild horses run on the beach. 30s, yes. Loved it there. Coeur d'Alene is in Idaho, close enough to drive easily. I liked Idaho. Do you know there's a volcano in Idaho? There is an old volcano in Idaho. And if you walk the volcanic fields, there are caves in there. And one of them all year round has like an ice skating rink in it. Yeah, we went shopping and for lunch and dinner. It was very nice. Only had 2 things on my bucket list and got to do them both at the Delaware State Fair. Got to touch zebra and giraffe. Good for you. I want to ride on an elephant. I want to pet an elephant. I want to hug a baby elephant and help feed it. In Estes Park, they have popcorn cooked in a big kettle outside. They try to tell you there is a jackalope, fictional animal. I know, jackalopes. They're rabbits with antlers or something like that. You can only get close to the ones on the Maryland side. Yeah. That's where, in Assateague, yeah. They ran right across, like right through our campsite. And there were donkeys and stuff like that live right on the beach there. And it was the most beautiful thing. And they're so friendly, and I'm not friendly. They're wild. You don't feed them. You don't go up to them. You don't pet them or anything. But it was just beautiful. You weren't afraid of them or anything. They would just walk through your campsite and you'd let them go. In the morning, you'd see them running up and down the beach. It's just incredibly beautiful. No, so if you guys are interested, I'd be glad to share my trip scrapbooks and things. I got to go to Mexico in the 70s and got to walk up the Temple of the Sun in Teotihuacan and walk through Quetzalcoatl's the sanctuary there that they built there, and the National Museum, archaeology in Mexico City. That was so beautiful. I got to go some incredible places. Savannah, Georgia. I love Savannah, Georgia. you've ever been to Savannah. In the springtime, not in the summer. I can't imagine the temperature would be too nice in the summer. But going on the Fisherman's Wharf, walking on the cobblestone, the cobblestone sidewalks in Savannah, and the beautiful parks you walk through. Now, where am I here? Where did I put them? I thought I had them down. Oh, they're down here. 10. I'm not going to be on too much longer, guys. I'm pretty tired from being out today. The kids exhaust me, but it's a good tired. And I'm really looking forward to next week when I get my new system up and rolling, when Mark helps me get all that together, and we'll have a good time. I should have more information for you about anything upcoming. It's so cool that we're getting sponsors for our August event. Very cool. More prizes to give out. Let me see. My feet are killing me. I have arthritis in my feet, and I don't like to complain about it, but right now it's throbbing. So I'm going to have to take another pain pill, I think, to help me sleep tonight. Stop my feet from hurting. But I'd rather be in pain and still help the kids. One of the girls, we were out in the they call it the skate park, and my class of fourth graders went in, and I was asked to stay out in the ballpark because if they have too many kids out there, they need an extra adult. And since I'm an assistant in the classroom, sometimes they can, say, hey, can you fill in until the count goes down out here? So, of course, what do you say? Of course, you say yes. And I got to know a third grader, an artistic gal. One of my fourth graders kept pointing to this gal who hid underneath the picnic table. And she makes gestures like she seems sad. Go talk to her. So it's so cool to know that one of my fourth graders, at least, is concerned about other people and picks up on clues like that. And I had noticed this gal underneath the picnic table. Now, it's blazing sun out there. So part of the reason that the kids go underneath the picnic tables is to get out of the blasted sun. It's like full sun out there. So I can't blame them for that. So anyway, but she was by herself, and I had noticed this gal before because I like her purse. Her little cat purse that she had on was fuzzy and blingy and all that stuff. It was really pretty. So I had said to her last week that, oh, I like your purse. And then she showed it to me. And so anyway, so I talked to her for a bit. And that was fun, getting to know somebody new. And I may have her next year or the year after in class. You can yep, on the Maryland side, right? You're told to stay a bus length from the wild ponies. Yeah, they want you to stay away from them. They don't want you to feed them or touch them or anything. If they come up to you, that's fine, but you don't feed them or anything. While living in Florida for many years, I got to go on a glass-bottom boat and float the lazy river. It was ice cold. Oh, I'd love a glass-bottom boat, but maybe over a reef where you see all this gorgeous tropical fish. Savannah is beautiful. I lived in Tallahassee, and it was nice afternoon drive. When is the August event? I forget. Teresa. In August, of course, the whole month of August. My favorite things. It will be, we will have some guest speakers. We will have, hopefully, some release papers from Crashly that I design, and we will have Nixie's Notions, Trey, and I think she has Putty, and Art and Soul for a diamond painting from sponsor. So that's awesome. It's so much fun. It's really cool. And I'm hoping if Chuck Pence is around, that he will say yes to being one of our guest speakers, because he had wanted to do that before. So I'm hoping that we can get him and maybe another designer or something like that to help sponsor. That would be beautiful. That would just round it off perfectly. And you know what? I'm glad we're growing a little bit at a time, a little bit per 6 months, because I think it would, if we grow too fast, I wouldn't know what to do with it. I would just be all like jammed up and nervous. You guys are so good. You put up with my inconsistencies and faux pas and all that kind of thing. I'm glad I don't grow too fast, because I don't know that I'd be able to handle that. I'm still working on merch too, having our little gal on stuff. Working on that. I'm going to be putting more stuff on the Etsy shop soon. My daughter is planning on helping me photograph things so that I can list them. But of course, 30-year-olds that are always busy with lives of their own. They don't have time to help their mother. So when she gets around to doing that, I will have more stuff up on my Etsy shop, and I want to have a big blowout de-stash sale on that site as well. Yep, Nyx has Putty. Great. I can donate a deck painting. Hey! It's called Look at Me, and it's by Lola Gonzalez. That would be fantastic, Teresa. Love that. That's absolutely perfect. We'd have to figure out how the prize winner is going to pay for shipping or not, or how to get that, done, depending on where they live in the world. So it is a worldwide thing. Whether that is that'll probably be like one of the Saturday morning offerings in between things, so that I can, that maybe I can pay you to mail it to whomever wins it, and that could be a U.S. only gift. We figured out that on the Saturday mornings or on the Tuesday nights, if somebody from the UK wins, then Gemma will send it out. If somebody from Australia wins, then Gemma, I mean, then Zara will send it out. If somebody from North America wins, and I will send it out. So I could give you something toward the shipping. It's very generous of you, Teresa. Thank you so much. Has to be a U.S. resident. Could send it straight to the winner free of charge. Fantastic. Do you have a picture of it you can send me? I could look it up too. That probably would be easy. I could do that. I could easily put one of my diamond paintings up. Oh, by the way, somebody asked me if I still had the Making Friends diamond paint from Diamond Art Club. So with the horse and the beagles and the cats in the farm, red farmhouse in the background, I do have that one, and I am willing to put that up for sale. So I'm not sure. Okay, thank you. I am not sure anymore who asked me about that, but I'll put it up in the Facebook group. First come, first served on that one. I know somebody wanted me to release that one to them, so. Well, it is 10:30, and I do need to get some rest. Tomorrow's another day, and it looks like I've got to get up in time to get online at 9 a.m. And tons of stuff to do tomorrow. As always. As always, as always. Thank you, Teresa. Fantastic. As soon as I get the new computer system up, I will be able to get our video done. I still keep promising that, and I do want to get it done. Good night, Michelle. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, hot bath sounds so good. Sounds great. I'm going to go grab myself a glass of wine and kick my feet up, or another cup of tea and some more Oreos. That sounds good too. Some mega stuffed Oreos. Oh, shucks. I maybe asked you a while back. However, I did get it on a D-Sesh. Okay, that's all right, Denise. I'll just put it up on my Etsy site with the rest of them, and we'll go from there. That's all right. Somebody else will want it or need it. I mean, I'm really going to have a mega D-Stash. Like August, while we have our big blowout, our my favorite things, I'm really, really going to have a drastically cut back prices D-Stash. I need to get a bunch of stuff mailed out. I need to divest myself of some of those things so that I'm not pulled in so many directions, and then I'm not tripping over things, and all kinds of stuff like that. So anyway, thank you gals for joining me tonight. I look forward to chatting with anybody else who wants to who's watching the replay, and it is adorable. I love those beagles. Who wants to put any comments, please hit the like button on your way out. That really, really helps the algorithm. And all my links will be in the description box when I get it back on my other computer, where I have it all set up to do that. All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. I really thank you for using your precious time and sharing it with me tonight. Hope you had a good night, had a few laughs, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. And in our typical Sally Star goodbye, love, luck, and lollipops. Mwah! Love you guys. Bye.